Hey everyone, happy Friday. I thought I'd come on today and talk to you about the 3 biggest mistakes that I see people making with their gut health. And I see them consistently over and over in clinic. And I see people make one of them or sometimes all 3 of them. So this is just to give you a heads up on what you can do to improve your own gut health. So number 1 is taking 1 or 2 bottles of supplements and thinking their gut health issues are going to be resolved. That's really an unrealistic process. It's just never going to happen that way. And I'll just see who's just popped on. This can't tell me. So hi, whoever's there, give me a comment or a wave so I know that you're there. But I think, so one of the biggest things I definitely see is it's unrealistic to take 1 bottle of supplements and think your digestion's going to get better. Digestion is a funny thing, and I think for me, people have got to start thinking about the upstream. So it literally digestion starts in our brain, and it works right through down until we have a bowel movement. So some of the things that I've just finished up with Digestion Basics 101, and one of the things a lot of people didn't potentially realize was that a lot of their problems could stem from their mouth. And nobody had ever considered that the way they're chewing or the way that they are processing food from up the top would impact their health. So supplements can be really helpful, but they're not the answer to digestive problems. They can do some things that can help us restore nutrients, give us a boost in hydrochloric acid or anything like that we really need, but it's not going to magically resolve the problem most of the time. Sometimes it does, but most of the time it really doesn't. So some things to remember about gut healing. The walls of our colon are only 1 cell thick, so that takes time, and they turn over relatively quickly. So it takes time for things to improve that cell wall integrity and get it to a level of robustness that it probably hasn't had before. So nutrients that we need too. There are lots of different nutrients that our body needs. We need iron, and one of the great things that everybody took away from Digestion Basics 101 is that iron helps us with increasing our hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid helps us increase our iron. So it's sort of, you get this, once your hydrochloric acid's not working, then you get this little chicken and egg scenario, and it's really hard to break out of. So putting nutrients in and make sure other functions are working properly from the top down will help your overall digestion. And look, for some people it takes months to heal. I'm working with a lady currently in America who has had terrible gut problems, and I've just caught up with her today, and she's doing a fantastic job as well. So good work, Denise. She's really made changes to what she's eating, how she's doing things, and taking her whole body approach, not just, it's just about my gut, it's about my mood, and it's about my exercise, and it's about my lifestyle. So it's about all those same sorts of things. So number 2 is, can I still eat the same diet? I hear that over and over. Well, probably not. The delicate lining is damaged of your stomach generally when you have some sort of gut problem, so you will probably need to remove some foods. Does it mean you need to be gluten-free? I always suggest people be gluten-free once they've been tested for celiac for a time, until there's repair. But gluten sensitivity is a pretty fair assumption in most people. There are some people that can eat grains and not have any gut problems, but for most people, they are problematic. So some of the other things that are problematic are dairy, sometimes nightshades for some people, not everybody, so eggplant, capsicum, tomato, those sorts of things, goji berries, they might need to be taken out. Sometimes nuts and seeds are really problematic for some people, so they absolutely need to be taken out for some. And grains can be really inflammatory foods when you have a really sensitive gut. Does it mean that you have to take grains out forever? No, it just means they need to come out for a little period of time while you can repair that gut wall. And even some vegetables for some people aren't necessarily good. So you can go back to a similar diet as long as it's a healthy one with the odd bit of treat stuff, but it's not, if you don't do diet and supplementation at the same time, you're probably not going to get the result that you want. It's a multifaceted approach with lots of different layers. So you need to make sure you're getting all the layers in. Now I know it's Friday and it's coming up to the weekend and nobody's going to want to hear this one, but number 3 is, can I keep drinking my alcohol? Well, if you want to get your gut right, the answer to me would probably be no. You can reduce it to 1 glass a week, or if you've got a special occasion, have 1 glass, but it really is damaging to your gut lining in any quantity, because when your gut is, when your body takes in alcohol, it sees it as a poison. No matter what else you do, it wants it out of your body. So it's toxic. So it will send all of the blood away from your hands and feet while it tries to, it'll take all the blood away from your digestive system while it tries to get rid of the alcohol that's in your system. So if you've had a drink or you've just had lunch and then you have a beer or two, your body's going to be trying to get rid of that alcohol. So because it turns into acetaldehyde, which is really toxic, which then turns into formaldehyde. So your body's trying to get it out as quick as it can. It's also damaging your lining. So it's really important to remember, if you have a gut issue, doesn't mean you have to stop forever. And my suggestion would be to you, if you do need to have a drink, think about things like vodka, tequila, or gin. The white spirits tend not to be so harmful if you're having one drink. And a lot of people that have small intestinal bacterial overgrowth will react to beers and wines and that anyway. So, but my answer is probably no. You will have to go with alcohol for a little while. And I guess that you need to weigh that up. What does that come up against? What's more important, that you repairing your gut or you having a beer with your friends? They're things that we really need to think about in context of healing your gut. So they're the top biggest 3 things that I see people suffer around when they're trying to fix their gut. There is no quick fix. I have seen people take 2 years for their gut to get better, with constant diet and supplementation relief and doing all the other lifestyle factors as well. So there is no quick, easy method to fixing your gut, because if there is, I would be laying on a beach in the Bahamas, sunning myself today. So that's my 3 tips. So 1 is 1 or 2 bottles of supplements aren't going to make any difference if you don't have a multifaceted approach. 2 is you've got to change your diet to some degree to take out some of the foods that are problematic, and even they can be even good foods. And the 3rd one is you can't have alcohol while you're fixing a gut problem, or if you do have it, do the teeniest bit you can get away with. So I'm sorry to wreck everybody's Friday afternoon drinks, but if you want a good gut, you have to keep, plugging away at it each day and doing the things that are going to make it better. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. Have a good Friday.